Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you found this video, I'm guessing you're in a really dark place right now. And if that's true, then I want to say first and foremost, I'm really, truly glad that you're here. I know what it feels like when life stops making sense. I know what it's like to hit that place where you think, yep, this is the end. Not because you're weak, but because you've taken too many hits. I've been through depression more than once. Not the I feel down today kind, I mean the deep, empty kind. The kind where you stop recognizing yourself, where you stop wanting to wake up. I didn't have the best start in life. In fact, I had one of the worst upbringings you could imagine until I went to live with my grandparents at the age of 10. That was the first time I knew a little bit of peace, but the damage had already been done, and over the years, the trauma piled on. I've lost people I loved, people I trusted turned their backs, friends who switched up and disappeared when I needed them the most. I've been betrayed as a dad in ways I couldn't wish on anyone. Lied to, manipulated, made to feel like a villain in a story where I was just trying to be present, to love my children. But through it all, I'm still here. And I want to share 10 things that genuinely helped me survive when I thought I couldn't. Not as an expert, but as someone who's been in the pit and somehow found his way back again and again. This video isn't about fixing everything, it's about holding on even if by a thread. Let's go slow. You don't have to do anything right now except breathe. So number one, reduce the day to one thing. When I was deep in it, and I mean really deep, I remember lying on the floor for hours, not moving, not crying, just gone. People around me would say, just get up, just try, but they didn't understand that even lifting my arm felt like a battle. So I started setting ridiculously small goals, just one thing a day. Some days that one thing was brushing my teeth, other days it was sitting outside for 2 minutes, and sometimes, honestly, it was just breathing. But over time, that one thing led to another. Tiny wins turned into flickers of strength, and those flickers matter more than you think. If you're there right now, forget about fixing your whole life, just choose one thing. Do that and let that be enough. Number two, allow yourself to feel what you feel. I used to feel ashamed of how heavy my emotions were. I used to think I had to hide it all, be strong, be composed, act like I had it together. Especially as a man, especially as a father. But all that pretending just made it worse. So here's what I've learned the hard way. You have the right to feel broken. You have the right to feel angry, confused, lost. And you're allowed to feel those things without explaining yourself to anyone. There were nights I sat in the dark and cried until I couldn't breathe. And you know what? That didn't make me weak. It made me honest. Your feelings are not wrong. They are not too much. They are not shameful. They're real and they're valid. Let yourself feel. That is where healing begins. Number three, speak it out loud. Depression wants you silent. It thrives in isolation. I remember a point in my life where I had no one I felt safe enough to talk to, or at least that's what it felt like. Even people I trusted had either walked away or couldn't see what I was really carrying. But then something changed. I found someone, not by blood, but by choice. A sister, someone who just got it. She didn't try to fix me. She didn't judge. She just sat with me in the mess, and I did the same for her. Sometimes all I could say was, I don't want to be here anymore. And she didn't flinch. She just listened, and that saved me. You need someone like that. And also, if you don't have them yet, I promise they exist. Speak it, text it, whisper it, let it out. You don't have to carry this alone. Number four, build a depression-proof routine. When everything inside you feels out of control, structure can be a lifeline. But I'm not talking about a grind routine or waking up at 5 a.m. I'm talking about bare minimum rhythm. The kind of structure that supports you when you have nothing left to give. During one of my darkest periods, my routine looked like this. Wake up, drink a glass of water, sit outside even for 2 minutes, text my sister just to say, hey, I'm still here. And that's it. There's no pressure, there's no shame, just a few gentle anchors to keep me from floating away. Your routine doesn't have to be productive, it just needs to remind you that you're alive. Now, what I found when I became alone in my own environment, so to speak, I found myself making content for TikTok and YouTube. That was sort of like a stress relief for me. It gave me productivity, it made me have a purpose, and I had another reason to wake up every single day to try bring joy to other people. Now, number five, calm the body to calm the mind. There were moments my anxiety and depression hit so hard I couldn't think straight. I'd pace around the house, talking to myself, trying to snap out of it. But what helped more than anything? Breath work. Warm showers, sitting with my hand over my heart. The body knows. Even when the mind is spinning, the body holds the truth. So do whatever brings a sense of grounding. Slow breathing, heat packs on your chest or stomach, hugging a pillow and rocking side to side. It sounds simple, but when your mind is on fire, these physical things can bring you back into your body. Number 6 is give your brain gentle input. I used to scroll endlessly looking for something to distract me, numb me, entertain me, but most of it just made things worse. What helped? Simple. Comforting inputs. Things like rain sounds, gentle documentaries, soft music with no lyrics, rewatching old childhood shows that felt safe. And one personal favourite of mine is binaural beats. If you have not heard of binaural beats, go to YouTube. It is absolutely amazing. It's music, but it's played at such a frequency that it helps soothe and calm your mind. The brain doesn't always need stimulation. Sometimes it just needs softness. Feed your mind kindness, not pressure. That alone can start to ease the storm. Number 7, let go of the shame of falling behind. Now, I've lost years of my life to depression. Like years, I was meant to be growing, building, thriving. Instead, I was just trying to stay alive. And I used to hate myself for that. But what I know now is this. Surviving is not failure. You're not behind. You're battling a monster most people never see. You've been in survival mode, and that takes strength. So stop comparing. Stop punishing yourself for things you didn't choose. You're doing better than you think, because you're still here. This was something that I had to really come to terms with myself. There were so many things happening in my life, and for such a long period of time, I was questioning why. Now, I was always fixated on the why, and not fixated on the fact that I've actually overcome obstacles quite a few people would fall into slumber with. Like the things that I have personally been through in my life, I could have easily ended up like my dad, for example. My dad left me when I was 1 year old. I could have easily walked away, given up everything. Or I could have taken my mother's route, where for the longest, and I mean the longest time, throughout the majority of my childhood, she used to be a heavy alcoholic because she couldn't cope with the stress. She couldn't cope with people. She couldn't cope with herself. She wasn't trying to find herself. She wasn't trying to heal from the trauma she had suffered. Instead, she fell into a deep, dark pit. And I decided that I wasn't going to do that. I realized that actually I keep surviving all these difficulties and all these obstacles, and all it did was make me more mentally strong. Sure, I might not be the biggest guy. In fact, to be quite honest, I am quite small in stature. However, my mental strength is stronger than a lot of people's, and I know that, and I'm proud of that. Number 8, reconnect with something or someone that reminds you that you're not alone. Like I said previously, for me, that person is my sister. Again, not by blood, but by choice. She's the one I call when I can't breathe. The one who says, I've got you even when I don't know how to ask for help. The one who sees the version of me I sometimes forget exists. Find that person. And if you haven't yet, be that person to yourself until someone else can join you. Reconnection doesn't always come from family or partners. Sometimes it comes from a chosen bond, a quiet understanding. And that can be more powerful than anything. Number 9 is accept that healing is not linear. I've come out of the darkness only to fall back in. More than once. And for a long time I thought that meant I wasn't healing, that I was going in circles, that I'd never escape. But healing is not a straight line. It's messy, it's unpredictable, it hurts before it gets better. And it's okay if you're in a rough patch again. It doesn't mean you're starting over, it just means you're still on the path. Keep walking even if it's slow, even if you crawl. One thing again I had to come to terms with is pain is temporary. Now that doesn't apply to absolutely every single square inch of life, because there are some really unfortunate circumstances for people out there where they have to deal with constant daily pain. But I'm talking more about the emotional, more about the mental pain. It's temporary. It might be there for months or even a year or two, but it's temporary. Time heals, but only if you're willing to breathe through it. Now, number 10 is hold on to the possibility that this isn't the end. There were moments in my life where I said goodbye in my head. Moments when I truly believed I wouldn't make it another day. And yet, here I am. I don't say that as some motivational quote. I say it as someone who stared into the abyss and made it back. Scarred? Yes, but stronger. If you can't see future, that's okay. I'll hold it for you. There is still something beautiful waiting for you. A version of you who laughs again, sleeps peacefully, feels loved. You don't need to believe in it right now. You just need to believe in one more breath, one more hour, one more day. I promise you, you're not done yet. Now, if you made it this far, I want you to know I'm proud of you. Truly, this wasn't easy, I know. And if nobody else had said this to you lately, you matter. Your life matters. Your story is not over. If you feel alone, drop a comment below, even if it's just, I'm still here. Let this be a space where people see each other, where no one walks alone. And if things get too dark, please reach out. Don't wait. Call a crisis line. Message a friend. Let someone in. Or, if you feel more comfortable, join my Discord. The link will be in the description. You can private message me, or we can band together and have a good conversation, which way you want. Because you deserve help. You deserve peace. You deserve healing. And you deserve to stay. Until next time, take care of yourself and keep holding on.